Hey guys, it's me, Travis, with some helpful tips to help you get better at hitting on MLB The Show 21. Now, this could be if you're an Xbox player and this is the first time you've played a legit baseball game since 2K13, or you're just struggling in general. It doesn't matter what system you're playing on, this should help. If this does help or you feel like this is helpful information for you, click that thumbs up on this video, share it to your friends and family, and of course, follow this channel as we're not only dropping MLB The Show tip videos, we're also streaming so you can not only watch me play live, but also play against me because I play with my followers all the time in fun little head-to-head contest. So, that being said, let's get to it. Tip number 1, take pitches. This is the number 1 tip of all the people I see struggling when I'm watching them online or the people that I'm playing against. Just take pitches. Take pitches. Do not swing at everything thrown to you. Take pitches, man. Just take them. Take the pitches. What I recommend is going to practice mode, which exists in the game. Go to practice mode, go to batting only, and just have the pitchers throw pitches nonstop. There's no outs, there's no counts. You're just in batting only. He just consistently throws pitches at you, like if it's in like the home run derby kind of style. And yeah, just take every single one. It doesn't hurt you to not swing at them because you're in practice mode. When I know your mind is probably like, well, I'm not going to take all the pitches if I'm playing head to head because if there's something down the middle, it could have been a home run. It probably wouldn't have been a home run if you're struggling with hitting in the first place. Just take pitches. Go to practice, sit there, just take 20 pitches in a row, and it's going to get you it's going to get your eyes and your mind better on timing and movement and all that other stuff that you need to get better at hitting. Just take pitches. When I'm playing online, sometimes I'll just commit in my head. I go, you know what? The first pitch of every at bat I'm going to take, no matter what, no matter if it's down the middle, no matter if it's a sloppy pitch that I could have easily hit for a home run, I'm just going to take the first pitch. It's going to get me into that discipline mode. So then, moving on through the game, I'm going to get better and better at timing and also at only swinging at balls that are potentially able to be hit into play. Take pitches. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, change your camera zoom. Chances are you're still using the default camera zoom where you can see your batter at the plate. You have your strike zone like this, and the batter's right next to it, and you haven't changed that at all yet. If you're struggling to hit to the point where you're watching this video like, it's me, Travis, please, for the love of all that's holy, help me get better at hitting. I can't hit anything online. It's in your best interest to tweak as many little different things one at a time as possible till you get into an area or a comfortability in hitting the ball. Change your camera zoom. What I do personally, as you see here, is I use strike zone. I looked into it myself. I said, okay, I feel like my hitting can be better. What are the top tier, most competitive players in this game doing? What are the like the top tier streamers or the top tier tournament players? What are they using? A lot of them are using strike zone. You don't need to see your batter at the plate. You just need to see the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand as quickly as possible and as closely as possible. So if you have a zoomed in strike zone, where all you can see is the strike zone square or rectangle, if you will, and the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand, that's all you need. Time it, hit the ball. You don't need to see your guy swing. You don't need to see that animation. This is about you being successful, not about what cleats or what arm sleeves your batter's wearing. So change it to strike zone. If you don't like it like that, if it's too zoomed in, change it to something else. Keep tweaking things until it works. Don't just stick on default mode. Tip number 3, change the PCI. So you have this little icon that you can move around, and it kind of moves, it's your eyeballs, if you will, of moving your vision. Now, maybe it's not in the best shape, or maybe it's not the best color. This might be something that people listen to, they're like, it doesn't matter what color your PCI is. It doesn't matter what shapes your PCI is. It can matter to some people. There are some colors that aren't that your eyes don't absorb as quickly as others, which is why stop signs and stop signals are red, because your eyes see red before anything else, or they react to red, or that I don't know the terminology, but you know what I mean. So you can make it red if you want to, but for me personally, as you see here, I've changed it to white. It was originally some weird looking thing and it was yellow. I changed it to white. I changed up how it looked. I went from diamonds to a few other things. As you see here, these are the settings that I have. Change this up. This may be something that helps you as well if your eyes react to it better, or if it's just something that is not as annoying as a bright yellow thing. Try to change that up as well. Now, that may not be the most helpful tip, but it is something that, as I said before, if you're struggling with hitting, it's in your interest to change as many little different things as possible to see if there's something that could help you. There are some people that see colors differently, so try to change those colors, try to change the shapes and the sizes of your PCI. It may help. Tip number 4, try changing your difficulty for batting. So if you have it on rookie or have it on beginner or something very, very on this side of the difficulty chart, try changing to something extremely difficult. Now, it's me, Travis. If I'm struggling at hitting, why in the world would I want to make it harder for me? Because the harder you practice, the better you are in reality. And what I mean by that is if you're practicing, like I said, one of the first tips, go to practice. Get a pitcher, throwing pitches at you nonstop, and all you're doing is at bat. There's no counts, there's no outs. You're just swinging or taking pitches or doing whatever you need to get better. Put that on the hardest difficulty possible. The balls will get to you a lot quicker, even though they still say like 96 miles an hour. Trust me, it'll get to you a lot quicker. If you can practice and if you can just do that over and over again, take pitches, play on extremely hard difficulty, change all these different things up, just practice on the hardest difficulty. If you can get at least slightly decent at your timing with that, when you go online and you play on All-Stars as opposed to Legend, or you go back to your Road to the Show and you can go back to Rookie if you want to, going from something extremely difficult practicing and getting really, really good at it and then going to something as easy as that, your hitting is going to be a whole lot better. That's why you see sprinters that have those parachutes on their back when they run with it for extra wind resistance. When they do that and then they go on the track, they're a whole lot faster because they had the extra resistance. This is your extra resistance. Try practice or just try playing solo stuff on the hardest hitting difficulty. If you can get better at that, even in practice mode, it will change your hitting capabilities. Finally, the last tip, tip number 5, pick a spot. I know you can move your PCI all over the place. You can move it up here, up there, in the middle, down, all that stuff. Pick a spot and stick to it. This is if you're struggling. This is not something I recommend if you're not struggling and doing every single game. But if you're struggling, pick a spot where your vision is, where your batter's vision is, where your PCI is, and where your actual eye vision is, your own personal vision. Pick a spot. So, for example, if you are struggling a crazy amount, stick right in the middle where you are not moving your PCI around at all. Your hand is even on the joystick to move your PCI, and just stick there and just focus your vision on that. Not the entire strike zone, just the middle. Balls will come up top, they'll come to the sides, they'll come below. Just watch that middle spot. What's going to happen is you're going to start seeing curveballs that are going to be going down in the zone, which can still be strikes. They could be in the dirt. But what you're going to see is you're like, okay, well, I know that's not going in my absolute small spot I'm focusing on, so I'm not going to swing on it. It's going to get you better at seeing movements and curveballs and all kinds of stuff like that if you're only focusing on one thing. Once you get okay at focusing on one minute spot in the strike zone, then try the lower third area. Focus your PCI there, focus your vision there, and only swing at things that come there. You get a strike thrown to you right down the middle, you swing at it, it's probably going to be a pop out or a fly out. You can swing at it if you want to, but my point is focus on the lower third next, the top strike or a middle strike right down the middle. Don't swing at them, only swing at things in the bottom. And then once you practice that for a little while, start doing things at the top. Just start practicing solely focusing on one area of the strike zone, and that's going to help your eyes recognize ball movement out of the pitcher's glove or out of the pitcher's hand. So I hope that helps you guys out. 5 quick tips. My next video is going to be 5 quick tips for pitching, which is one of my favorite things to do in this game. I love pitching. My Road to the Show guy is a starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres, which you would know if you tuned into my live streams, which I recommend doing. It's me, Travis, live Tuesdays through Fridays, starting off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like I said, click the like on this video if you thought it was helpful. Share this video to your Facebook groups, or your families and friends, and anybody that plays MLB The Show, or just likes MLB or video games in general. It really doesn't matter. But I'll see you guys in the next live stream and the next helpful tip video. It's me, Travis. Over and out.